Hello everybody, this is Shiosuke here yet again with another replay loss analysis video. Haven't been doing them as often, but hey, I'm doing one. So this is my placement match for the 2014 first season of the year. Yay! Happy New Year. And it is going to be a TvZ on Heavy Rain LE, I believe this map is called. And so I'm going to be opening up with a 12 Reaper into gas into blah 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 blah. So Reaper expand. For this build, I feel like going for 3cc is the best option. I went for a 2 racks follow-up, and I was able to do some damage, but I wasn't able actually to kill off the hatchery, which is one of the main points of the build, in my opinion. It does do a lot of pressure regardless, and it forces out units, which is nice as well. So, at this point, I'm pretty happy with what I see here. I don't see any gases. And I was also doing a lot of damage. So in the units lost tab, he's lost 137 resources so far. He had to cancel a bunch of the refineries. He also finished a spine crawler in the main base, which is a huge investment for him. So I was extremely happy with the amount of damage that my Reapers did. Knowing that he had a spine crawler, I really didn't feel like going into the main base anymore. Poking a little bit with these Hellions, I do a lot of damage, or more damage than I'm actually used to with all of this harassment. And in the units lost tab, I'm just doing great. I'm up 300 minerals in army, and so far so good. So my units were rallied right here. I don't know if this is actually the best choice. Rally because of the overlord placement. This is a new map to me, so I'm not really sure where these overlords are going to be placed. I would imagine one could go right here. Another good spot would probably be right here for an overlord. So I'm going to need to be careful of those. So I really don't need to worry too much. I'm not sure if he can hide his overlord on this little bump thing, and it would be okay from the Marines. But I'll just have to watch more games and play more on it and see how that goes. But regardless, if I'm going to be doing this, I feel like rallying all my Marines to this high ground area, or maybe just back here so his overlord can't see it, just in case regardless. So, because this is a lot stronger if he doesn't get a good scout off on it. I decide not to poke into the main. I had an opportunity to go to the natural or the main base. And pause right here because of pathing. So pathing on this map, I had noticed my Hellions and Reapers went this way. A couple of them broke off to the other direction. And so that was not the best. And we'll go back to that a little bit later. I feel like the build wasn't that great. And at this point, doing well. So he's going to be able to pick off this Reaper with a couple of these Zerglings because of the pathing of my units. So again, this set of rocks actually makes it so you can't go right through here into this area, which is great for poking between the natural expansion and the third base. Instead, you have to go down this corridor, giving the opponent the high ground advantage. Not that important because of melee units, but he still has queens, so that's something, I guess. And let's see. So just need to be a little more attentive to where my units decide to split off. I'm going to be landing a Widow Mine down there. I'm able to kill off a bunch of units here. I feel like I stemmed a couple times too many, just forcing his APM, just going all over the map. Healing my units up, try and do a little double poking, but unable to do too much damage. My third base is a little bit delayed. I feel like it should be going down at around 11 minutes if I'm doing this 3 racks pressure. And he is going to be going for some banelings. I was able to clear up a lot of it, and the trade was pretty good for me because of my follow-up and my macro. I'm able to deal with all this. And I'm able to just out-micro all those Zerglings. A lot of stutter stepping in the production tab. He's getting +2/+2 on the way. His attack is a lot earlier than mine. We can go back, and I'm pretty sure my upgrades are actually quite terrible. And I get double Engineering Bay before I start my third CC, which is a mistake, which is also why this third CC was so delayed. I'm going to be planning a Widow Mine right here because I feel like that should have been his 4th base, so I thought it was, or I was in a good position, and then I scan and I see his 4th base is actually over here, so this is going to be the place where I'm going to be contesting. everything. Continuing this game on, I plant the Widow Mine, it doesn't go off, so we're happy with that. Going to be going into this engagement. I see his army is close, so I start free splitting my units. Not the best split in the world, but I do get off the field. A few of my Marines weren't attacking the entire time, and that was a little bit of lost DPS, so that's another mistake by me. My 3-3 just finishes right now, and I don't start +3/+3, so that's another slight mistake here. 13 Marines in production at a time. So I have the capability, if we just pause, I have seven barracks? Yeah, okay, I have 7 barracks. Feel like I should be going up to 8, possibly. I only have 1 tech lab as well, so if he transitions into Ultralisks, I'm not going to have a very good time against that as well. He already has his hive up, he has the possibility of getting +3/+3. He also has the ability to get adrenal glands at this point, and I'm not in a good spot. Let's put it that way. So my upgrades are going to be delayed here. This army is extremely small. He starts his +3/+3. I do not start my +3/+3. And there goes that. I should be throwing down my 4th base. This is so ridiculously late. It's already 19 minutes into this game. I still don't have my 4th up. There's nothing preventing me from getting it. Now, I try and get this base later in the game. I'm not sure if this base, actually no, this space is actually way too hard for me to hold, I believe. I could do a little cute tactic and drop a bunch of Marines in a couple of medevacs and drop them to this area, but I don't feel like that would be the best choice in the world. I feel like this base is just the stronger option. There are a couple of random bases in the middle of the map. I don't think anybody's really going to take those unless you're in a stupid far ahead position. So this is going to be the 4th base for sure. And yeah, this base is really bizarre to me. I don't understand why he took it. But with Zerg units, they're so fast it doesn't really matter, I guess. And here goes a Widow Mine. Good shot. Gets quite a few Zerg units. I'm happy with that. Going to be dropping my Marines onto the high ground. Am I able to kill a Mutalisk? I kill actually 2 Mutalisks with this. Or 3, actually. Wow, that was really good. And I'm going to be stimming it. I do so much damage to this extractor. So that was, how much damage? Like 400 damage. That could have been to the hatchery. That would have brought it down to around half-life. And I also dropped the Marines like up here. If I drop them right here instead, this, or even possibly in the mineral line, then this hatchery may not even be here right now. Because he was forced to split his units. And, yeah. So I'm going to be dropping into the main base. He has a bunch of spine crawlers in here. So he throws away a couple more mutalisks, and actually, no, he actually didn't lose one. I should have targeted down one of those mutalisks. So another mistake by me. Transitioning into Ultralisks for him now. I'm going to be planting down a couple. Oh my god, it almost went off. And that's another mistake. I don't have my 2nd factory. At 20 minutes into the game, I should be throwing that down around the same time I throw down my 3rd CC. I should be throwing down especially more production now that I started my 4th command center. I feel like 3 or 4 more barracks at this point would be completely fine. And there goes that. Here are some Marines, and they're going to be surrounded by Zerglings. So I'm not sure if I should have just picked up everything. He doesn't have too many Mutalisks. And I also wasn't target firing anything while this was going on. I was just looking at it, saying, I'm losing this battle. But Marines are pretty good. So here's a couple more of those. I'm not going to be planning those Widow Mines. Yet, his 3-3 is way ahead of mine. And let's see here. Going to be stimming in my Marines, going to be splitting up a little bit. Clumping them away from the Widow Mine. Oh, it doesn't go off. And he activates one Widow Mine, and my 4th base is established. I don't upgrade it to a planetary right away, and that's going to cost me the game pretty much. So I'm down in supply. I'm down like 40 army supply, and that's unfortunate for me. I'm not sure if I should be killing off these rocks because that would limit me to this path. to this area, but I don't feel like that's great for me. Otherwise, he's going to just run around this path, and here's some Zerglings coming in for a counterattack. I stemmed some wounds and able to kill off a lot of Zerglings because he doesn't micro them very well. And here comes all my minions. He's going to get another swing down. I'm going to die. If these Widowmines were actually thorough right here, this trade would have been a lot better for me. So, I can also kill off this. No, that Zergling should have died. He's now transitioning it into Ultralisks. I am down 50 supply. I wasn't even able to kill off this base, which had 70 HP. He's going to be transfusing it, actually. Now has 500 HP. So, he has the fancy Ultralisks, and they're so fancy, and they're just going to wreck my ship. So, here comes his attack. I see his army, I see the Ultralisks, and I don't have the production to really deal with it. I have the capability of producing one Marauder at a time. My income is not that great. I'm not too far behind in SCVs, but I am so out of money. If we look at his bases, he's out of minerals in the main base. His natural expansion is pretty much mined out. Mine is completely mined out because of mules. Third base is getting really skimp as well. I guess I could have tried to be really cost efficient, so maybe this game wasn't over completely, but this base is definitely dead. In this situation, I would have had to either lift... I think I could have lifted my main base. Wow, this is so many SCVs as well, so this is another mistake. I should have transferred these. I could lift this base up, throw it down here. He doesn't have really good overlord spread, so I could have just thrown down this base. It would have been extremely hard to defend, but I was just doing so much pressure, he really didn't have the option to counterattack very efficiently. I think he did like one attack to me directly besides this one. And so I was trading not that cost efficiently either. I should be a little bit more cost efficient with my units. I need to spread my units a little bit better. Just a little bit. And so that's that. And I think that's it. So my 3-3 is delayed. My 2-2 was also delayed. How long does this upgrade take? It takes almost 4 minutes. Wait, 4 times 6, yeah, almost 4 minutes. And that almost started, no, yeah, that's really late. 3-3 should, no, because I went for the 3 Rex, so it's not that delayed, I guess, but it's still delayed. And so, in the future, oh, I do have my second factory. When did this thing go down? I didn't hotkey it. Oh god, when did that thing go down? I know I didn't hotkey that. Okay, so it went down between 20 minutes and 14 minutes. Or 15 minutes, I should say. There's action going on in the minimap area. And so no production on these, no production on these. That's a mistake. Eventual production, not constant. 3 random supply depots. They're not placed tightly, so I'm losing area where I can build buildings, wasting time here. Need to work on that as well. And there goes that drop, didn't do any damage. There's the second factory. Goes down around the third base is established. 14 minutes, so that's like 4 minutes delayed. And I didn't hotkey it. I know I didn't hotkey it. So that's another mistake. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. So pretty much things to work on. Multitasking could be a little bit better. Placement of buildings could also be a little bit builder. Production needs to be a little bit better. I don't feel like my macro was too off though, regardless, or besides that. So I'm pretty happy with my macro this game. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys later.